Hey, what's up? What's up? I hope that you've been doing well. I hope that your week's been going well, um, and I hope that your day has been going swell. I have a Red Bull in my hand. Yeah, I shouldn't, but it was calling my name, and so I said, "Why not? Why not?" Um, Found another little park, and it's a little creek. I'm exploring, so I found this little nasty looking creek. Um, and I say nasty because it's not flowing quite. It's kind of, the water is flowing. See, the water's flowing, but it's a very light flow, very thin little flow. So it's a little musty down here. You know what I'm talking about? It's a little musty. Yeah, it's a little musty or whatever. But no, it's pretty chill. I was thinking about how in this life there's so many things, there's so many decisions to make every day, and why live your life making decisions based on what other people want you to do? You know what I'm saying? Why do that? Why? Life is too short to be making decisions based on what other people want you to do. You know, you could have someone that says, "You're too thin, you're too small, you need to get bigger." Then you get bigger, and you will have somebody saying, "You're too big, you need to lose weight, or you need to work out, you need to exercise." And if you are working out and exercising, and that's how you got bigger, they'll say, you need to cut down, you need to cut back, you need to go through your cutting season, you need to slim up a little bit. What I'm getting at is there's always going to be somebody that has a judgment to pass on to you, whether it's a good judgment or bad judgment. That's what we do as humans. Me, I judge people every day. We all do. Now, though I'm not judging people and, based on I'm not judging them and it being a negative thing, but I judge people. If I'm talking to somebody and I like their hairstyle, well, then I'm judging them by the fact that I'm looking at their hairstyle and I'm making a decision in my head that I like their hairstyle. That's me judging them. And so it's kind of like, regardless, you're going to be judged in life. So who the hell cares what people think about you? If you keep trying to do things based on what other people's opinions are of you and or of how your life should be, you will never be happy. You'll be so busy trying to appease everyone else and make everybody else happy that guess who you're forgetting about? Guess whose happiness you're actually forgetting about? Your own. You're forgetting about your happiness because you're so busy trying to make everybody else happy. Gotta watch my step before I fall and bust my ass. But yeah, you're so busy trying to make everybody else happy that you will literally mess around and your whole life will come and go. You'll be 70 years old and you'll be thinking, damn, I actually ain't even lived the life I want to live yet. I never really did what I wanted to do. For instance, if you want to be an artist or a writer because you have that artistic calling and you can feel the tug, you can feel you want to write or you want to draw or sketch or whatever it is, paint, but maybe your family or friends or your partner or loved one, maybe they say, nah, you don't need to do that. That's a dead end, or you'll never make it, or it's not enough money in that. You need to do something where you're going to make some money. So you push that aside. You push your ideas and dreams of being an artist or being a writer. You push that to the side and you say, well, okay, everybody, oh, a little lizard. You say, okay, well, they think that I should go ahead and go to school to be a lawyer, or they think I should, go to school and I need to be an occupational therapist, or they think I really need to do something where there's some kind of money in it, because they don't think I should take the chance on me and try to live out my dream of being a writer or being an artist, right? So then you go through the motions of, I'm gonna be this occupational therapist, or I'm gonna be this lawyer, or whatever it is that your family's saying you need to go and do. Or I'm gonna be a mechanic. My whole family has done that. My whole family has been mechanics, so I gotta, my dad wants me to. You go through these things where you're doing what everybody else wants you to do, and you forget about your own happiness because you're trying to make everybody else happy. And then you turn around and you become that occupational therapist or that lawyer or that mechanic, and you realize nobody really gives a damn about your happiness. They might be excited to be able to be like, yeah, my kid became a lawyer. Yeah, my kid is an occupational therapist. They might be excited because they want to be prideful towards people whenever they talk. But who's actually up with you at night whenever you're sitting there and you're miserable because you really hate your freaking job, or you really dislike it, or you don't want to do the 8 to 5, or whatever. You don't want to do that. You wish that you could be working for yourself, but you gave up on your dream to become a writer or be an artist. You gave up on that. And now you're sitting there with regrets. So, honestly, my thing being a transgender guy is through life, I went through a time definitely where my life, I'm thinking, okay, and this was mainly in my teenage years because I came out as far as being gay. I would say, because again, I'm a transgender guy. I'm proud to say it. I went female to male, so I was born female, and I've transitioned in this 3D realm as a male individual. I've always been male though. My mentality, everything. Everything about me, minus the genitalia, which a lot of people like to focus on, but the genitalia was different, but my entire life, I've had a male mentality, and I honestly have always seen myself as a male. But throughout my teenage years, it was a struggle because I was trying to fit in this box that others were trying to put me in. You should get married, you should do this, you gotta, start your family, you gotta blah, blah. That's what society was saying needs to happen, And all the while, I'm just like, that doesn't even make sense for me. I don't feel that at all. Yes, I want a family, but not in that way. And honestly, for me, I was like, there's so many kids out there who could use good parents, who need to be adopted, who could use a loving home. I'm like, there's so many kids out there. Maybe I'm on this life and I wasn't meant to be having more kids, bringing more kids about. Maybe I'm meant to be here to create a loving environment, a loving home, a nurturing home with my wife, where we bring up children that are happy and healthy and loved, that we've adopted. Who's to say that's not, what my family was supposed to look like all along, the one that I created here. And so going throughout life and thinking I got to fit in this box, I was unhappy, and nobody knew about it, and nobody cared to ask. Nobody cares. And the people who do know about it, they might ask, but maybe they don't understand. So it's just kind of like, it's just not talked about. They feel like, oh, you'll be all right. You'll get over this. And my thing is, just like there's people who are heterosexual, they a man who's born male, designated male at birth, who dates females, which is women who are born female at birth, and vice versa, females who date males, you know. Um, I feel like if you're heterosexual, imagine a world where it's complete opposite, where you got people saying, why are you heterosexual? You'll get over it. You're not really heterosexual. You'll get over that feeling. Imagine that. Think about it. Think about the fact that if you're a female who's heterosexual and you like males, think about the fact that who you're attracted to and who you date, that's who you're attracted to and who you date. You can't help your attraction. So imagine somebody telling you that you're wrong for that attraction, or that it'll go away, or that is made up in your mind. You have to understand that for gay people, you know, transgender folks, lesbians, or whatever, you have to understand that it's not a feeling that can just be washed away. You know, like me being trans, I cannot help that I feel the way I do on the inside, and have ever since I was 5 years old, you know. And so I'm the type of person where I questioned, you know, this square, this box that I'm supposed to fit in. I questioned it as a young adult. I wonder, well, why would I need why do I have to live like that? Why do I need to do this if I'm not hurting anyone? I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not forcing anybody to love me or want to be with me. I'm literally just living my life, and I date other adults who like me. We like each other. And we're filling our home with love, or, you know, our relationship is filled with love. It's kind of like, why can't I have that? What's so wrong with that? There's plenty of heterosexual couples out here whose homes are filled with hate. Their relationships are solid hate, and they're only staying together to spite each other, you know, or in spite of each other, because of what society has said they need to do. They don't want their families to know that their marriage is actually super broken, you know? And so I really feel like if there's anybody out there where you're putting, and not just for transgender people, like, yes, it can correlate to that, but it can correlate to people who are trans, gay, bi, straight. It doesn't matter. If you have something in your life, something that deep down you really feel like authentically it is you, it defines you, you know, if you want to be that artist, that writer, whatever it is, I'm just using those as examples. It's easy to understand and grasp. But if that's what you want to do it. Think about what that life would look like if you actually lived out your most authentic self, as your most authentic self, and you didn't allow other people's definitions of what your life looks like. You didn't allow that to dictate how you move through the world. Imagine how beautiful your life could be and how freeing that could be, right? Imagine if you want to be that writer and you decide, you know what, screw this, I'm gonna write. I want to write. And then you end up being the biggest writer there ever was. Imagine. Or imagine if you are, you know, if you really feel like you're trans. I'm just going to use that as an example since I'm trans. And you've been living your life as an adult, just trying to make it through, and you're unhappy or whatever. And you decide, you know what, I'm going to do what I feel like is for me. I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live my life as who I am. Just imagine what your life could look like and the happiness that you could feel. At the end of the day, people are going to find a reason to judge you, whether it be for good reasons or bad. You have to learn to accept that people are going to judge you. And you have to learn their opinions really don't matter. You know? And you could use the folks who have a positive judgment of you. You could use that as motivation to keep pushing on. But you shouldn't allow that to be your sole, you know, the sole motivator for you to push on. You should just let yourself be your biggest cheerleader. Let you be your biggest cheerleader, okay? I felt some sprinkles just now. I'm not sure if it's gonna rain. I know it's been hailing this week. My parents had got some hail. There was hail, you know, in Houston. I'm like, what in May? It's crazy. I'm like, this is super, super weird. But yeah, I'm probably gonna get ready to go ahead and get out of here. Hold on, let me show y'all this real quick. Because I saw a snake skin, I'm pretty sure. It looked kind of like nasty. Maybe because it was wet. Maybe because it was wet. But look, that'll be fucked up if I just... I mean, that'll be messed up. I'm trying not to cuss as much. But that'll be... Whatever. That'll be fucked up if... Because God loves me. He know my heart. That'd be fucked up if I just fell down there. All right, look, let me show you. All right, look. You see that? Hopefully I showed you what I'm looking at. It's kind of spooky down there. Imagine if I just turned my camera down there and there was a man or a woman just sitting there like all like you know what I'm saying? That would be crazy. All right, but yeah, all right, I'm finna go. I've been on here long enough and I'm about to go to the house and give me something to eat. What's up here? Oh, geez, I'm always doing stuff. Oh, it's a dead end. Damn. Yeah, it's a dead end. Well, okay. It's a dead end. Okay, let me get out of here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. Much love to you. If you made it to the end of my video, you're a real one. Because you just are. And if you made it to the end of my video, let me tell you this, I love you. If you're sending positive vibes my way, I'm sending positive vibes right back to you, baby. This is a positive energy exchange. It's positive energy all day, every day with me. Like I'm not about that negative energy type stuff. People can try to toss it my way and guess what? It's boomeranging right back to them, okay? Well, I thought I saw a cardinal. All right, anyways, much love to you. Until next time, take care of yourself. Stay healthy, stay happy, and God bless. All right, later, peace.